As a small business coach, I try not to get too cheerleady and talk about hype and motivation and things like that. I think that if you're here looking for information, you want to have good information about your business. But, sometimes we do have to take a step back and give it a little bit of encouragement, and that's what I'm going to do today. And I'm going to talk about the 10 things in your business that you can control. And this was based on a James Allen writing where he talked about the 10 things in life that you can control. I'll put a link down in the description for that list. You can read those 10 things in life you can control. These are pretty well based on it. This is a printable list. I actually have the PDF printed out right now as a guide for myself. And you can find that printable guide and a longer explanation of these 10 things on smallishbusiness.com. Again, I'll put a link down in the description to the blog post where I wrote about these things. And I think it's important, especially for solopreneurs, new business owners, or if you are a struggling business owner who's just starting to lose some motivation and you feel like you really can't control your business, that your business is controlling you. And it's important to take a step back as you start to work on your business, not just in your business, and look at these 10 things in business that you can control. And the first one is the hours you work. It's easy to get into a workaholic mode where we're just working. And with every business that I've ever owned, there's no end to the work. You could work 24/7. If you just worked constantly, there's no way that you could ever possibly get all of the work done. And so it's important to remember that you are in control of the hours that you work. And you can't put off living a healthy life with meaningful relationships until there's a better time. There's no better time than right now. And no amount of work in your business is worth giving up your good relationships and your health and all that stuff. So I think it's important to realize when you say, I got to go to work today again, that you are in control of that. It's a conscious decision that you are making to spend time doing that. And every minute that you spend doing that is a minute that you're not spending doing something else. So you are making a conscious decision to not do something else, and perhaps something else that is important to you. I remember stumbling upon this list when I was at a time when I was in the restaurant business, and I was working, I think I was on the schedule 63 hours a week, but I really ended up working 70 plus hours a week in the restaurant. And it was killing me, and I didn't have any meaningful relationships. I was unhealthy. I was just eating bar food every day, and I stumbled on that list, and I realized that I had made a choice to do all that stuff. And so I started making, from that point on, better decisions about what I was going to be able to do with my life and my time. Number 2 is how much you delegate. Some business owners spend a lot of time doing the technical tasks in their business every day because they don't have enough money to pay somebody else to do them. But the smart business owner spends money to save time. And that's an important distinction, that if you can spend money on something that frees up time, time is money. That's a cliche. I know it sounds like that, but it really is true. It's been said a million times because it is 100% true. Time is money. And, so you can learn to delegate and let go of things and give them to people. And you might have to accept the fact that the things that you delegate are not going to be done 100% correctly the way that you want them done. You can minimize the amount of discrepancy between what you want done and what somebody else thinks that needs to be done by coming up with workflows and checklists and things to automate things that people have to do. But ultimately, you're going to have to swallow a little bit of things not quite being perfect in order to have more time by delegating to others. So that's number 2, is how much you delegate. Number 3 is your response to a crisis. Remember the poem If in Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. So you can handle a crisis with professionalism and grace, or you can fall apart. It's your choice. And the key for that, I think, in handling a crisis is to plan ahead. If you plan ahead and have an action plan in place for when something bad does happen, then you're more apt to handle it with professionalism and grace and come out the other side of it, doing well. And that's part of planning ahead and strategy and managing your business the way that you should be. So remember that you are in control of how you handle a crisis. Number 4, how you face competition. Success breeds competition. So the more successful you are going to be, the more other people are going to see it and say, hey, I can do that too. And they're going to join you in that business. So focus on your business, your quality, and your customer service. Too much time spent focused on the competition takes time away from working on your business. I know a lot of people who in business over the years that I've met that just say, oh, well, this guy over here is doing this and this guy's doing that and he's cheating and he's this, that, And I say, hey, just stop and focus on what you're doing. Ultimately, the market will figure it out. The customers will figure it out. And even if they don't, that's on them. You can only control what you can control. You can't control what other people are controlling and doing in their business. That's their business. And if they want to screw it up and cheat, that's their prerogative. And you don't have to fret about it and worry about it and spend all of that mental effort and anguish thinking about it. Just focus on your business. So handle your competition with grace. Number 5 is who you choose to do business with. And this includes not only your customers, but also your employers, your suppliers, all of those different relationships. Those are all chosen relationships. If you have a particular supplier that you're always dealing with that is just making you grit your teeth and you just can't quite get things straight, sit down and work with them and try to figure it out. But if you can't work it out, go to somebody else. Ultimately, they will have to pay the price for not being a good company to deal with, that other customers like you will continue to leave, and then they'll have to reorganize, maybe sell out or something like that. So it's up to you. And you can even choose your customers. As we plan our business, of course, we want to look at our customer base and say, okay, that's a customer base that I want to target. But as you have built a book of business, you can look at who your customers are and probably do what I did as an 80-20 split. I looked at my customer base for my last business and I said, you know what? I'm making 80% of my money from 20% of my customers. But that 20% of my customers was taking up 80% of my time. So I took that customer list and I chopped off 80% of it. And I gave the 80% to some other people who were struggling in their business and needed a little bit more business. And I said, here, you can have these customers. I'm keeping my 20% that I'm making my good money on. And that made a world of difference in my business. And it was up to me to choose to do that. Number 6 is who you hire, fire, and promote. So all of the employees that are in your business, you have chosen. Even if you bought a business and it came with a group of employees that you hired on or kept on, it's still up to you to be able to keep those people, fire them, hire more, promote people who are doing a good job. It's all up to you. So if there's somebody in your company who is not performing well and up to your standards, you have the prerogative to fire them. And I would encourage you to do that as quickly as possible, because it feels so much better to come into a work environment that you want to be with people that you want to work with, that people are eager to help you and succeed in your business, and people who are a detriment to that just need to go. I remember listening to the Dave Ramsey podcast one time, and he talked about somebody that came to visit his business, and he said, wow, you've got all these great people working for you. How did you find all these fantastic employees? And he said, oh, we didn't find all these fantastic employees. We just fired all the bad ones and kept the good ones. And that's what you need to do. So you need to promote those people and do what you can to keep the good people, and the people who are not cutting it, they got to go. And that's your choice. Number 7 is your standards of quality. Do you want to be known as the cheapest in the marketplace or the best? The best of breed always wins. When you look at any particular industry or business, the top of the market are the ones that are making the most money, that are the most stable, that are doing the best. So you need to be the best quality that you can possibly be. Be the highest quality product that you could possibly be in a marketplace. Number 8 in the 10 things in business that you can control is the image that you convey. You are responsible for the face that your business puts forth. Your product, your employees, your websites, the standard of quality of all the parts that go into your business to make your public figure. And you are in control of that image. So whatever image you want to paint, you need to focus on creating a positive image. Number 9 in the things in your business that you can control is how organized you are. With organization comes clarity. Whether it's clutter, time management, customer resource management, accounting and finance, take the time to stay organized, even if it seems like it takes more time and it seems like a waste of time. Jocko Willink said this about the Navy SEALs. He said, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. So stay organized in order to be smooth, because smooth is fast. Number 10 in the list of the 10 things in business you can control is your plans for the future. If you don't know the plans for the future of your business, you can hope for the best, but you better plan for the worst. If you make a plan for the best, however, you'll have a much better chance of getting there than by just sheer luck. Now, again, I've printed this out from my website. I'll have a link down in the description that shows the 10 things in life and 10 things in business that you can control. I encourage you to print this out, post it up on the side of your desk or your file cabinet so that you can remind yourself once in a while by looking at this that you are in control of your business. So I hope that encourages you a little bit, especially if you're a new solopreneur or you're a struggling business owner. Be sure to like and subscribe this video, share it if you like and you think it's of value. You can contact me over at smallishbusiness.com. Just click on the contact button and send me questions. I'm happy to answer. Thanks.